jump it off, and as Rick told you, the 76ers, without Lloyd Free, who has been hospitalized, hairline fracture on a rib right side. Army director says, let's try this again. Free will be ready later in the week, however. He will not miss the championship series, but first, Bibby to McGinnis. McGinnis with that injured groin, which has hampered him throughout the series. Malone goes to McGinnis. The doctor.
One thing you cannot do with Julius Erving, you cannot give him the right side. He had it all cleared out. When you do that, it's almost an automatic 2 points.
Now Murphy gives it to Rudy Tomjanovich. There's that man inside. Malone with his first offensive rebound.
Didn't take him long to get it.
Man is really incredible. Tell me, why is he so successful? You know, when I watched Paul Silas, Mindy, there was bulk out there, but Moses is not particularly broad.
Moses is awfully quick, and what he'll do, we'll watch today, he'll even step out of bounds sometimes to get the inside position on the Philadelphia man to make sure he's facing the basket. Very, very clever.
There's another intangible asset that he has, and some players have it and some don't, and it's nothing you can really explain. They just seem to be in the right place at the right time. He's got great instinct, and of course the ball just happens to come his way more often than to other players, and he really works hard at it. He knows what he can do, and he really capitalized on that ability.
And here comes a man who can also play a fine game of tennis. Speed in the backcourt with Lucas and Murphy. Moses, Bibby back there on the double team. Jones watching him. Moses with that strong inside move. It's an offensive foul.
Take a look at the play. Here's Moses with the ball. Looking at the cutter. He might have better off giving it to Calvin Murphy. You see him jump in, and he forced the contact on that play. Tough ball by the Sixers that time. The guards were watching Caldwell shoot instead of one of them getting back for defensive balance.
Houston builds up a 3-point lead, and Tom Naselke said, watch out for us this afternoon. We're going to play better than you expect. Joe Collins behind that Jones screen that time.
That's not keeping good ball man.
Bibby and Collins coming up against Murphy and Lucas. The amazing Houston Rockets from out of nowhere to play for the Eastern Conference title. The doctor with a miss.
A little different. They're really looking to exploit the breaking situations. They were playing much more of a control ball game earlier.
And they built up a 5-point lead, Mindy.
When they won their game earlier in this series, it was with exactly that type of offense. Move the ball down the court.
You can see how bunched the 76ers are left side. Now McGinnis swings right. Takes Malone in. Turn around. Partially blocked. Jones tries to retrieve it, and it was out of bounds. So the ball will go to the Rockets, who have built up a 5-point lead.
This is the type of play that I think hurts the 76ers sometimes. That was all one-on-one effort by George McGinnis. They are much more effective and much better off by moving the basketball like Dr. J started his move, pass to an open man, Collins hitting the jump shot. They've got to do more of that. That one-on-one stuff can get you in trouble.
There's an air of overconfidence here in Philadelphia, and maybe the Rockets are exploiting that.
You see the type of defense Houston's playing right now, and speaking before the game, they're going to pick up the Philadelphia guards head-to-head as far as they can on the full-court press.
And Philadelphia has called a timeout. Gene Shue will bring the 76ers over and say, wait a minute, boys, Portland's not here yet. Situation here, 2:37, Rockets up 26-23.
Very interesting thing here very early in the ball game, Brent and Rick. Houston so far has attempted 16 free throws in this first quarter, which indicates the type of offense they're playing. A lot of penetration, a lot of movement to the basket, but that's when you pick up fouls.
2-point Houston lead, not surrendering meekly, even though they're back 3 games, 1. On the steal, it was Bibby. Here's the doctor. Collins on the follow. That time, Mike Newell. Malone moving on. Dawkins, not this time. Bibby off. This is the 76ers game. Erving coming inside and was hacked.
Kevin Cooner picking up the foul there.
His third. Well, we have 3 centers. Check that, 2 on Kevin. Just 2 on Kevin. The 3 fouls are on Jones and on Dawkins. Tied at 27. The doctor can put the 76ers up by 1. He does. 9 points in the first quarter for the doctor. Everyone is. There's quietness in the spectrum. We've been talking about Portland. Everyone assumes this series is over. I look up here, it's tied at 29, 115, and Houston playing strong. Doctor's got the right side again. And that was offensive interference. So goaltending. The ball had not cleared off the... Collins and Bibby bring it up on Newland and Lucas. Lucas with Bibby, Newland with Collins. Janovich assigned to the Doctor. Time remaining, counting down on the left. The shot clock is in the right-hand corner. The Doctor, his 5th field goal, first quarter. I just can't get over. And the first quarter of Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Final is over. Philadelphia leads Houston 33-31. A win sends them to the championship round. I think that's the story, Mindy.
They got to be kidding. They got to go over Houston first. And there's no way that this Houston is going to roll over and play dead. They got a ball game on their hands.
Coach Tom Misulke has his Rockets down by 2. Mindy, what did the Doctor and Collins wind up with in the first quarter?
Julius Erving had 14 points, shooting 6 of 9, picking up the slack from the injured George McGinnis, and Doug Collins with 12.
They've carried the burden. Here's McGinnis, and he drew Malone into him for the foul. Moses committed himself.
Say so often how you're supposed to stay down on the floor in the defensive position, but when you're a great jumper and a shot blocker like Malone has the capabilities of doing, you tend to get lulled into a situation like that, and you're going to go after the ball, and George made a good play.
And remember that Moses Malone is only 22 years old, might have been finishing his junior year in college, elected to come right to the pros out of high school. He is just a baby, and the future looks good for the Houston Rockets. Up on Collins, and Dawkins cleans up. Erving inside to Collins, and Dawkins roams free to put it away.
And that really brought the crowd back to
passing lanes for Doug Collins, who moves so well without the ball. He'll do that entirely second quarter here.
Mike Dunleavy checks in for Philadelphia guard. McGinnis up over Malone from the left corner. A 5-point Philadelphia lead. So Collins and Dunleavy in the backcourt for Gene Shue. Tom Janovich put it down on the floor, and the whistle was blown outside by Drummond. Foul against number 6, the Doctor, Julius Erving. His first foul. Left every time, and he's been coming back to the right here on him so far. Here now is McGinnis outside using the screen. Malone got inside. Off now.
An interesting fact is that Houston's been only getting 1 shot. Moses Malone has not been near the offensive board of late.
Let's watch and see who's sealing him off, Rick, the next time they go down with the ball. Erving goes left this time.
Well, he made him go left, but there was nobody there to help him. Plus, if you make him go left, you must get over and cut him off to force him to spin back right and anticipate that move as well. It's not an easy job guarding the Doctor.
Erving a step too quick right now for Rudy. Yanked down by placed him for Houston. 40-35, Sixers up. Rudy T with 8 points with some defensive problems. Malone muscling Dawkins, picked up the foul, elbowed him as he turned the corner.
A hooking foul by Malone. He gets the ball in deep with Dawkins on and makes the move right there. They call him for the hook. That's his 3rd foul.
Checks in. McGinnis resting. Malone goes now with Nix. It's Tom Johnson's turn against the Doctor. Count the basket, and he drew the foul.
Well, the Doctor's got it going today. He's got all gears in full motion. He makes him go left. There's the play. He goes to his left. And I think that's good defense. The Doctor just made a heck of a shot. They have to keep doing that. Make him make the tough shot. But, of course, you shouldn't foul him in a situation like that.
Big afternoon brewing for Julius Erving.
Only had 1 outside shot.
8-point Philadelphia lead. Johnson. Malone with an offensive rebound as it bounced back to him, and Erving fouled him. That's 2 on the Doctor.
Fouls are going to create a very interesting situation in the second half if it continues at this rate. It could have a big bearing on the outcome of this ball game.
Dr. J, what a factor he has been in the NBA this year after leading the New York Nets to an ABA championship a year ago. Also from the ABA, Moses Malone.
Interesting how the Philadelphia 76ers, as the season progressed, seemed to go a little bit more to the doctor. Just try to get him involved a little bit more. He was kind of tentative early in the season, but in the playoffs, especially now with George being hurt, he's picking up the slack and showing just what he's capable of doing.
In a big game, beware of the doctor. Knocked away by Lucas, who then tripped over Dawkins. Erving retrieves. Bad pass inside. Dunleavy scoops it up. Newland intercepts. Outlet Johnson. Johnson flashes into Bibby, and Bibby fouled it.
Well, here's one of those controversial plays we talk about where it's so difficult to make a decision as to who fouled who. We'll take a look at the play coming now. Here's Johnson. Let's watch Bibby. He gets over. Mendy.
Good call. Never had his feet planted. Henry Bibby was...
Seconds left in the first half in Philadelphia. 76ers need one victory to go for the NBA championship against Portland. Speed mix backs in on Malone, turns around, short. And Moses saved it, but Mix was there. Kevin Kunert with a hand on it, goes to Philly. 43-39, Sixers ahead of the Rockets. And Bill Walton sits and waits in Portland. 43-39, 7:40, turnover. Newland not quite out far enough to receive Lucas's pass. McGinnis re-enters. The doctor goes out.
And Julius Erving leaves the game so far, Brent, with 19 points and doing it all right now for Philadelphia. 19 of the 43 they have.
All right, says the referee. Kunert off of Johnson's hands on the turnover. Back they will come. 45-41. Sixers up by 4 and 6:38 to go. And Moses Malone goes out.
Philadelphia, why they're such an explosive team, they do so well as Dr. J comes back in the ball game, is the fact that they have centers who can run. They get up the floor. They can really move. Henry Bibby going to the sidelines and trying to give their guards a little rest with 3 out. In our situation, we had to do it for a different reason. And I really believe that the doctor can play back there very capably, mainly because he's a good ball handler and he's an excellent passer. And for me, it was really fun playing back there. I like to pass the basketball, and back there you have an excellent opportunity of setting your teammates up for a lot of easy baskets.
Here come the 76ers. The doctor taking Newland down low.
3 seconds.
Lob pass for the doctor. Turn around with that right hand underhand. Came back in on it. Tapped it up in here.
Great tip in by Julius Erving, but you heard Mike Newland yelling 3 seconds, and there's no question that he was in there 3 seconds. When he didn't get the shot when he first touched the ball, he was in there a long time.
Knicks taking Newland. Erving with Tomjanovich. McGinnis with Jones. And back to Rudy T. Travels.
What?
Here's Lucas. Houston again can pull to within 1. Tomjanovich. McGinnis off with it. Another big man who can handle the ball. Quickly to the doctor.
Great pass by George McGinnis. That's what made that play. You see the Doc wide open on the wing. He's got his arm up. George sees it, throws it to him. Almost a little behind the long arms of the Doc.
Brought stability to the backcourt of Houston. The doctor. And here's McGinnis outside. Short. One shot.
Newland seem to have a fluid offense when they have to set up.
Newland battling. The doctor physically. Inside pass to Dawkins.
That's why the doctor is such a strength. There are not that many players who have the ability to go up for a shot and see what's happening on the floor and make a pass off. You'll see him here as he gets the post on Newland.
What a pretty bullet
the
pass,
ball.
Rick.
He goes up for the shot. He sees the man open on the other side of the floor. Gets a 3-point play possibility out of it.
Dawkins converts.
And after that foul was called, Brent, Newland and Dr. J exchanged words. And there may be something happening out here. Dr. J is mild-tempered. Takes a lot to get him angry.
And it takes very little to get Newland angry. He plays with emotion. There's Mike right now. And the doctor intercepts. It's 2-on-2. The doctor!
Oh, they love it here in Philly when he goes on the drive. 25 points. Here he comes, right side. When he gets this kind of a position, there's not much you can do except watch him.
unbeaten Philadelphia. Pushing against Newland. Let's take a look at the play here. Mike Newland gets caught up in the air. The doctor picks off the pass. Comes down the floor, got a better angle. Lucas knew he was dead, and the doctor knew he had it.
Finally brought this Philadelphia crowd to its feet. If anything can do it, that's slam dunk by Dr. J. He keeps amazing me every time I see him do it.
I think out in Portland, Bobby, to Philadelphia and Portland. And the 76ers lead 3-1. And no one in Houston should think I'm putting their fine team down when I say this. But if it comes to Portland and Philadelphia, don't miss a moment. It is going to be some showdown. Dunleavy inside. The doctor go up and over Batman. Oh! You look again. Here he goes. And Mike Newland is furious because Owens tried to control. Listen to the crowd. It is Erving who has brought them to their feet. Philly leads coming up at halftime. Slam dunk. Jimmy the Greek and a report from Fort Worth on the Colonial National Invitation. You and Jack McMahon of Philadelphia told us that they must stay even rebounding. Team rebounding right now, Houston 23, Philly 22.
Well, they've done a heck of a job in that respect, but one thing that the Houston team has not done is they have not been able to shut off that middle, and they've allowed Philadelphia to get the breaking opportunities. The doctor's 12 for 16 from the floor. Out of those 12 field goals that he's made, he's only made 2 jump shots from the outside.
Good percentage shots. He's probably having his best playoff game so far this season. As we can take a look, Collins behind him with 12, Dawkins with 10, not too much from the rest. The injured George McGinnis with a very, very small amount of points in that particular half.
But he's doing a heck of a job, man. He's got 8 rebounds.
Rebounds is what's important. And in that half, Gene Chute complained to the officials vehemently as they entered onto the court. Houston has attempted 31 free throws in that particular half. Philadelphia went with only 14 free throws. But when you penetrate to the basket and when you rebound offensively and get second and third attempts, you're going to go to the free throw line. That's exactly what happens in ballgames.
As long as we're talking about rebounding, Malone had 7, Tom Janovich 1, Kunert 7, Lucas 3, Murphy none, Newland 3, Johnson none, 1 for Jones and 1 for Owens. The official stat sheet totals that at 23. For Philadelphia, Erving 3, McGinnis 8, Jones 1, Bibby 2, Collins 1, Dawkins 5, Dunleavy none, Mix 2, total of 22, all even. That's how Philadelphia wanted it. Now we start the second half. Bibby and Collins come down on Lucas and Murphy. Will Jones with those 3 fouls in the first half, back in at center. They clear the right. Short. Tom Janovich was going for it, and McGinnis bounced right back. Malone slips and McGinnis fire. Doctor kept it in play, Bibby retrieved. Doctor can hurt you in so many ways. He knew he couldn't get that ball, but he used his great timing, tipped it outside, basket for Bibby. And McGinnis on him, a left-handed hook. Away from the doctor, Tom Janovich had it come to 10:46 to go third quarter.
Kevin Kunert lost the contact lens, but he's got to keep playing ball.
Bibby again. Collins now with Lucas. Here's Malone. Short. 6 points. 6er lead. Tom Janovich. Collins tapped it away to McGinnis. Loses control.
Right in the basket. Good hustle by Rudy D.
69-65 Philadelphia. 9:37 to go in the third, and the 76ers leading. And Bibby with a miss, and Malone gave him 1 chance that time.
Why has Houston fallen behind right now by 12 points? They're shooting 3 for 13, Brent.
There's the leaderboard at the Colonial as Watson begins to make a move.
A little bit slow today. He is obviously hurting, no question about it.
Bothered by an injured groin. Newland comes in on Collins. Malone at the offensive end. There was that positioning that you talked about, Rick. He went to the right spot and it came right to him.
Right, he has a good sense of where the ball is going to be. We'll see Newland come down.
But watch
right here on the drive. Now watch Moses Malone. He's coming down as the travel. The ball goes off. He sees where his place is. Watches the ball intently. Comes up with the basketball. Draws the foul. It's very important right now that the Houston Rockets start to play smart basketball. Get the ball inside for good shots, not the outside shot right now. They've got to get some points, not allow the Sixers to get out of reach from them. The Sixers have come back with Dr. J really not being a big factor here in the third quarter, and that's why Tom DeSelke said they can hurt you from so many different ways.
Exactly right, and Doug Collins has picked up the slack, and that's why Dr. J is such a super ball player that he is. When he has to put points on the board, he will do it. When he has to hand it off for assists, he'll do that too. He can do anything at any time.
27 in the first half. Scoreless so far in the third. Leaned up by Malone, who's got...
I really think that's the highest percentage shot you can take when you're trailing.
Erving right side. Tomjanovich got inside, turned it over. Malone off to Newland. Newland gives it to Moses, and there was traveling.
One of the few times I've seen the doctor try to force the ball here this afternoon. He just made a bad play that last one in third.
Lucas taking Bibby. Dawkins being watched by Malone. Jones fronting McGinnis. Dawkins.
Well, I told you he was allowed the outside shooter.
Moses Malone, Brent, bumped off Dawkins like a rubber ball that time. He just bounced right off.
Of rivalries, how about Maurice Lucas and George McGinnis? That would be the matchup. Doctor out on the fly. Doctor is loose. Hold it, no basket, no foul. Newland.
This is a call that time by Normie Drucker. Mike Newland knew that the doctor was going in for two, and he figures, well, what the heck, I might as well try and have him make the free throws. Here's the doc, good anticipation. He sees the pass, makes the steal. Newland will grab it right there. Two-shot foul. I guess the fans thought maybe a continuation should have been there since the doctor didn't have a chance, but he put the ball on the floor after the foul.
Exactly right, Rick. And I'll tell you, the more I work with you, the better referee you become. You're super.
That's exactly what Mike Newland hoped would happen. The doctor missed, but of course he is in the bonus situation. He has two more opportunities. Sixers with only one.
4 minutes and 43 seconds left until the third quarter ends. And now we'll see what Houston is made of.
That's the magic of the Philadelphia club, Brett. Dr. J has only scored 2 points in this third quarter. He carried them the entire first half, and here they're still up by 15.
Into Jones. McGinnis fouled him. Back to that point, we watched the Los Angeles-Portland series, and the Lakers obviously up against it in Game 4, and they just kept coming back and coming back before they finally bowed. Inside goes Newland. Short, Dawkins down. Now by Newland, who again is upset. Newland's third foul.
I would expect that Houston will try as hard as they possibly could field goal.
It's an 86-71. 15-point difference. Collins. Make it 17. And the second game will be a week from Thursday night. The Rockets come back after the turnover and the steal out of bounds. Tomjanovich rolled inside away from the doctor and was left alone. Bruce below. Jones, Murphy, and Newland. Libby, pull up. Dennis had it knocked away, and there's Moses Malone with control. Off to the right is Newland. Newland, pull up.
As we talked about, these Rockets are not about to quit. They've narrowed the gap back down to 11.
88-77, 2:15 left third quarter. Houston facing elimination. White Jones. Short, you can hear him yell as he rolls. Alvin Murphy talking to Tom DeSelke. Tom DeSelke and Jerry West, top 2 candidates for Coach of the Year. DeSelke was the coach of the Puerto Rican national team up in the Montreal Olympics. And that team did the best job of all against Dean Smith and the American squad. They almost upset them that afternoon as Butch Lee of Marquette threw in 33. Julius Erving taking a break on Gene Shue's bench. One victory away from an appointment with Bill Walton and the Portland Trail Blazers. And we were talking about coaches on the airplane coming in for Portland, and Rick and Mindy and I agree that one of the top men in the NBA who has not received the credit due him is Jack Ramsey. He proved it again in Portland this year that he can do it. Here's Jones inside with a left hand. The Houston team, they won. Janovich could not not intercept. It'd be deep in the right corner. Dawkins and McGinnis had the glass, couldn't tap it in. Malone apparently on the out-of-bounds line. But Murphy, they can pull to within 7 if they can hit. Here it'll be Malone. 88 now, 81, and the Rockets are back in it. But it goes to Houston.
Yes, the ball hit off of McGinnis' knee. Here's the last fast break opportunity. Calvin Murphy coming down. See Mick stop right there, and he got the man out of position. Dunleavy, good pass by Murphy.
In some range he possesses. Philly must hurry at the buzzer. Bibby's in the air. And we have got a ball game in Philadelphia. 12 minutes to go. 76ers, 1 victory away from winning the Eastern Conference. Erving is back for Philadelphia. Mix there on Newland. And it goes to Jones. The doctor on Jones. Muscled up. Offense. Go to Philadelphia. 2 fouls on Jones. Let me set the lineups. Collins, Dunleavy, Erving, Dawkins, and Mix for Gene Shue. Murphy, Newland, John Johnson, Moses Malone, and Jones for Tom Nasoki. The doctor on a turnaround. Taken down by Johnson. Just left, cut him off. And Moses Malone traveled, but did you see the strength at the offensive glass?
Take a look at it right here. Here he is, muscling in for position. The ball goes up and comes off. He gets the rebound right here. Starts to go, puts the ball on the floor. Mendy, I don't really
be in the backcourt for Philadelphia. Johnson watching Erving. The left side, and Johnson is on him. Collins. Championship series begins next Sunday in either Philadelphia or Houston. Jones, away by Dawkins, but score it. That was definitely 10-40.
We'll watch the play again as the ball comes inside to Jones. A little push by the Doc. He got away with it. There's Dawkins on the way down. Keeping it alive. All on Bill Russell. He was the one that really started doing that.
Johnson jumps out on Dr. Rick and goes back now to Calvin Murphy. Murphy to the hoop. 92 to 89. Shot, Newland.
Bad shot.
Newland lost it. Back comes Collins off with the doctor. 2-on-2. Back goes the doctor, who just seemed to sit up there.
Nice pass by Collins. Good hustle by the doctor. Turnovers, again, can always be costly. There's the play. Collins with the pass. Doc is open. Not much you can do there on defense.
To Newland. We'll take it. 94 to 91.
If you have to pick one player, as many
To get the ball back, cause a turnover or a bad shot.
Left side for the doctor. Johnson dueling him. Dawkins came up outside. Off of Jones' knee and out of bounds goes to...
We have Corner in foul trouble for the Houston Rockets as well as Calvin Murphy. 0 for 5, Brent.
A little bit of 5 left in the 4th quarter. Malone gave it back to Johnson, who was stepping on the out-of-bounds line.
And that was Johnny Johnson's fault because he cut through and was not expecting the pass. There was no way he was going to get it. We'll see the play right here. Here's the ball to Malone. He takes it Johnson. He really wasn't expecting it. Hit it right in the face.
Needing just 1 victory to advance into the championship round against the Portland Trailblazers, who eliminated in succession Chicago, Denver, and then Los Angeles. Rebound separated the 2 teams. Houston has been going to work, so we're going to keep an eye on that rebounding statistic the rest of the way, because that's what Gene Shue was concerned about. Erving backs it on Johnson. Erving short. But Erving came back up and scored. Great desire by the doctor.
Tom Nasoki off the bench. He was really upset with that call. He thought there should have been a foul, perhaps on Erving on the first rebound. See the play coming here. The doctor shoots. It was good defense on him. It comes back off. Right there, they thought they might have been able to get a foul. I don't know who hit him.
Looked like a foul possibly against Moses. I didn't see anything happen out there. But however, I agree with you, Rick. There could have been some contact on Julius himself on that rebound.
Spins out. 5. Jones gave it to Johnson, who caught without the ball, and Caldwell Jones blocks, and Moses Malone can't, and there's Johnson. Furious action underneath as the big men go hand-to-hand that time.
3 in a row. They've got to get ahead of this game.
Mix outside. And the Doctor's strong underneath. Left hand. Jones came up with Malone that time. Murphy battling for the loose ball. Jones comes down on top of Calvin Murphy.
Here's a big break for Houston right now, Rick. We'll watch it on the replay because they called a backcourt foul here, which is a very important play. They're going to shoot 2 free throws rather than not.
There's Murphy hustling after the ball, and Jones picking up the foul. He couldn't get the ball.
Philadelphia trying to keep Murphy away from the hoop. Here's Jones, and he travels. Here at the Spectrum, trying to get a peek of the Doctor's Magic Show if they can. Also probably standing in line just in case the championship tickets go on sale. And Lucas has replaced him, Rick. Bibby at the perimeter off this time, and it bounces deep. Billy saves it. Doctor outside.
It seems to me, Rick, that the Doctor has a lot more success against Rudy T than he had against Johnson.
35 for the Doctor, 24 for Collins. And off come the Rockets. A chance to pull to within 2. Here's Malone inside. Jones watching him. Backs in, bounces off, turn around, off comes McGinnis. The Doctor hustling back his wing. Back now to Lucas. Checks his shoulder, gets inside. Up over Jones. Malone was there battling. Loose ball. McGinnis up. McGinnis down. George McGinnis is not back to the game. One little one here or there to make such a difference. Let's watch the play. Lucas goes up, takes the shot. Moses Malone should have this ball, but watch what happens. He just can't get control of it. Now it bounces free again. McGinnis goes for it. Lucas could have dove on that ball. He didn't do it. Picks up a championship. Starts next Sunday. Tomjanovich. Now it's 3 and 4:50 to go. Goes in, Moses jumped over, and Jones comes up with the rebound. And a big play for the Sixers.
When we look at the difference in bench scoring, Brent, we can't forget what the effect of Lloyd Free being out of uniform has on the Philadelphia 76ers.
Should be able to play by next Thursday if a 7th game is necessary in this series. They go down to Houston for Game 6 Tuesday, and a Game 7 would be right here in the Spectrum if necessary. Erving. Was equal, but McGinnis come right to him. Sometimes golden opportunity.
Sometimes it's much better than could have done about that.
3-point 76er lead.
Yes, he is. Julius Erving got a hold that's going through in the passing lane. Pick it up, Rick.
There's Julius once again wanting to come back to the right. Cooter with the good block. Here's the ball bounces to George.
40 for the game. Cooter up on Erving.
They have a tremendous advantage there. Neither Julius nor George can stop Cooter. He's 7 feet tall. He can get that shot, and he's hit 2 of them.
Become a major factor at 3:05. And we'll see how Gene Shue adjusts. Erving misses outside. Malone does not give you a second chance. The Rockets can go ahead. What a comeback this has been.
Give the Doctor that shot all night long. He's going to beat you with that one. He deserves to lose.
Now let's see what the Rockets come up with. The adrenaline pumping for the men who trail 3-1. It'll be Malone on a turnaround, and the Rockets go up 108-107 at 2:44.
Amazing, Brent. They were down by 17 points. You've got to give them all the credit in the world for coming back here.
Trailing by 17, up by 1, 2:30 for the ball game. Here is McGinnis moving inside. Short, Malone again gives him just one chance.
He had the shot when he double clutched it. It threw him off the
10. That's the shot clock, and Murphy got inside and was short. It'll go to Philadelphia. Tom Nisulke bringing the Rockets back. Checking timeouts and the scoreboard with 2:06 and his team up by a point.
They got what they wanted. Good penetration, good shot by Murphy. They weren't able to get the basket. It would have really put the heat on the Sixers. Now the Sixers can reverse the situation.
Timeout. Houston. 1:47. Rudy Tomjanovich out there questioning, and Nisulke, furious, is coming back away as Julius Erving sits down. Nisulke still protesting. 1:47 1:47 for the game. A clutch by the Houston Rockets. Erving outside. Tomjanovich watching him. Doctor backing in. Cut off now. Here's Collins behind the screen. What a shooter he is. 112, 111.
They will be in the bonus anytime.
And on the other hand, Rick, let's not forget that Houston has one foul to give.
Here's Malone on the turnaround against Jones, and it is 114, 111, 45. Timeout. Shue, they'll come up with a play.
And Gene Shue is unhappy, totally unhappy with the performance of the Philadelphia 76ers. He called that timeout with complete disgust.
Let's take a look at what's happened. Houston has gotten some of their points by what? Getting inside. Whereas the 76ers, aside from a couple of lucky bounces, have all been perimeter shots. And if Doug Collins had not been hitting, they could have really been in big trouble. If they don't score, they're still in big trouble.
Here's Erving. They called it. Erving not there. And Houston with control. Bibby came back. Bibby alertly got a hand on the ball. So 38 seconds left.
Out of bounds.
It was just off of Lucas. Bibby never touched it at all. They just lost control of it down there. Bibby gets inside Murphy. Bibby won't stay in Malone with his big rebound. Philadelphia had two
Shot and really been in control of this basketball game. And I have to really compliment this Houston Rockets basketball team. They have showed me some kind of desire, some hustle and determination. Tremendous effort. Here's the shot, and another big rebound by Moses Malone. I believe that's his 19th of the game. Tom the Southie.
19 rebounds for Moses Malone, and hats off to Houston for the job they did here in Philadelphia this afternoon. Erving inside. And don't forget one other thing. If they can come all the way back, they get the home court advantage against Portland also.
Strange things have happened, I'll tell you, in basketball. This 21 seconds ago, and many of you know after all the years.
And Houston will be very careful on this throw and on this inbounds pass.
And remember, right after this, more drama unfolds on CBS. The final round from Fort Worth, Texas, of the Colonial National Invitation.
And I would like to know what the Greeks' odds would have been on John Schroeder still having the lead after he faltered so badly yesterday.
I'm just sulking.
Yeah, we got one timeout. They got one timeout. Now, if they score, call a timeout again.
Okay, Rudy.
Yeah. She is four or three.
We got him spread.
How many timeouts do you have? All right, here's what we got. We got Kevin here.
21 seconds, left-hand corner. It's a three-point Houston lead. 116-113. Noonan with control, and McGinnis on him. Lucas to Newland. And Newland was fouled.
Club here in the third and fourth quarter. Calvin Murphy was in foul trouble with 5, and so was Porter with 5. And they played all out, forgetting if they fouled out because there was no tomorrow for them.
How many times does that happen when you say he's a good free throw shooter and man misses?
4-point lead. Erving lost it. Tomjanovich got an open man. Didn't see Newland, who broke free on him. The 76ers went to cover up and fouled. Houston Rockets. And Lucas just yelled over here and said, "See you Tuesday, Brett." And I indeed am going down to see that game. Got to go to the Summit. This circ as it ends. Final score up there on the board, 118-115, and a very dejected Philadelphia 76er team heads for the locker room. Gene Shue wondering what went wrong. Game 6 in Houston Tuesday.